A secret escape. The mouse refined his flying masterpiece for weeks, hunting for new materials despite the dangers that lurked around every dark corner. Only the most terrible weather would force his predators to abandon their posts, freeing the roofs and alleys of their watchful eye. Then one foggy, rainy day, the mouse ventured out. His heart was pounding. The owls were still there, but were dozing on chimneys. He waded through the empty streets of the city, shrouded by mist, as he pulled the heavy aircraft along behind him. A close call. The little mouse was now soaking wet. He had been creeping through the streets for hours, dodging the solitary figures that occasionally crossed his path. Hastily marching people hiding their heads from the rain with newspapers, their leather shoes pounding the wet pavement. Finally, through the fog, the mouse saw the tallest building in the city, the church tower. It was dark inside. The tower's colossal clock ticked loudly, triggering its tremendous bellowing chimes to ring every so often. It sent shivers down the little mouse's spine. But by carefully latching on to the clock's constantly rotating gears, he hauled the heavy aircraft to the top of the tower's balcony. Our small mouse could not have asked for a better runway. The motor started quickly, and the propeller whirred. It was incredibly loud. But that wasn't the only noise. From behind, the mouse heard a rapid flapping sound. Owl claws snatched and snapped. The small pilot ducked into his cockpit. With his eyes pinched shut, the mouse yanked at the controls and pulled the wing flaps up as the airplane sped over the edge and flew. The owls were not far behind. A feisty claw scraped the tail fin of the tiny aircraft. The small aviator pulled the controls sideways, and the flying machine made a steep left turn, far too sharp for the owls. The plane gained altitude and soared up through the clouds. The bell tower, which had seemed so gigantic, was now a mere pin poking through the fog. A skyrocketing success. Higher and higher he climbed until he was above the clouds and basking in the rays of the evening sun. The small plane and its even smaller pilot flew over fields and cities, past cliffs and lighthouses, until the mighty ocean stretched ahead. Over the Atlantic. The little mouse bravely flew on. From time to time, he saw a steaming vessel puffing large plumes of smoke and leaving a white foam trail on the surface of the water. These were the same ships the mouse had once wanted to board. Now they chugged toward the distant land and the city with the statue. He need only follow these ships. Night fell, and the air grew cold. The mouse chewed on a hunk of cheese and tried to ignore his exhaustion while swishing through the dark. After a long night, a new day dawned, and the mouse spotted something far away. There, behind some clouds, was a huge city.